So with that, we really just want to take some time, again, while we're together, to hear from you. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to Mel.
So I just want to hear.
What's the most valuable thing that you've learned or you've taken from this week?
Colin from Esperance. I think the most valuable thing for this whole week is everybody in this room and the discussions that we've been able to have.
The most valuable thing I learned is not to talk over other people.
I've learned about diversity and what the benefits are in looking at a very diverse world. I guess for me, I've discovered that emotions for me drive passion, which creates motivation.
Similar to Mark, the diversity of people, and I think I learn more from people with differing opinions than certain people that have similar backgrounds to me.
I guess two things I learned, as Colin mentioned, is network, and meeting the people from different nationality.
It's also competition between countries, but it's good to share. And we are together now. We are a team.
I like a lot of value from all the speakers from all around the world giving us a global perspective. Looking outside the box and just open your mind. That's what I've got.
So this is my fourth and last CSC, and they are all fantastic, and you all get a tremendous kick out of it. And what I get out of it, having sat on the selection panel, seeing you come, many of you coming into that interview as nervous wrecks, seeing you blossom and standing at that podium this afternoon is a great buzz for me. Thank you very much.
Thank you for what I'm going to take home, which is to not necessarily look at more, but look at better quality. And I'm talking about nutritional value now as well. It's a big learning for me, and I'm going to take that home personally. So it's like selfishly, that's what I'm taking.
For me, differences are not a disadvantage. We can speak in a unique voice because we are all the same challenges.
I'm very excited about the future of agriculture when it's in all of your hands as leaders in your own country. So that's what I have to say.
It's my first CSC, simply the power of collective thought.
So the word I'm going to use to bring back home is responsibility.
To me, it would be to have shared passion with many people and to see the future of farming.
For me, it's just to look after my tiny little piece of the planet for future generations.
This week I've experienced the expression of love, sharing for the community, for our agriculture, global issues, the challenges. They love drinking apparently. Sharing and that equal innovation to maintain and develop the communities that we live.
I've become student again, and all are excellent, and all are lovely people are here, and all are thinking of the farmer. So farmer is the person which we are working, and keep doing good job for the future for the farmer, please.
The most important value that I am come back to Brazil is about new friends. Second thing is what Nuffield means.
Nutritional value, and let's do things together.
For me, just think of things on a bigger scale, I guess, like a broader mind.
Just the sheer potential of leaders in this room that going forward is fantastic for the industry.
For me, it's seeing the beginnings of positive change in agriculture by the creation of passion and potential of the people we've had on this course.
For me, it was to see how the network already started to begin. It was really impressive.
I think the willingness of people to engage, and what really struck me was in private conversations, how people really do open up. There were very personal messages that came out, confidential things. It was really striking how willing people were to open up.
Getting into deep conversations only after meeting someone within 5 minutes, we can solve world peace within 15 minutes.
Mine was as hard as it is to get up out of your comfort zone and potentially ask a question in public, to realise that you might have just encouraged someone else to do it as well.
Mine would be
the value of having different opinions in a group and what you can learn out of having so many diverse opinions within that group.
Because I'm in a position where I'm trying to move back into agriculture as a career, it'd be really refreshing to see that the people who recognise that there are skills outside the industry that can help them. And a lot this week about how we need to get new skills in, but the people in this room clearly accept that and are willing to work on it.
In awe of people that have gone before us and the people that will follow in our footsteps. My gratitude towards Nuffield and the organisers and the sponsors that have made this happen.
To me, it's respect. So it's respect for everybody in the role they play in life, the choices that they have, respect in allowing everybody to voice their opinion, and being put out of your comfort zone, sharing so many people in an apartment, to learn that it is really important to respect everybody's personal space.
For me, it's the value to discuss topics openly, whether in a group or one-to-one, to share your opinion and to learn from other people's opinion and their point of view on a given topic.
I have a much greater sense of responsibility to shape the future.
It's my first time in Australia. It's amazing for me. Thank you very much for Nuffield organization. And just the message is, the future is in this room. Thank you.
A large constraint for the future, I believe, is succession. Getting the next generation into agriculture is in all of our hands here today, globally.
Apart from the people, and you lot are some of the most lovely people I've ever met, it will be the nuggets of information in the presentations that we had. Barry from Rabobank is probably the highlight.
I've experienced the power of Nuffield. I've engaged with insightful and wise people, and I leave focused on soils.
The future of Nuffield and the future of agriculture is in good hands.
I have been inspired by all of you in this room and all of the top speakers that you brought to us during the week, and it gives me confidence to go forward and to spread the good work that agriculture does around the world.
Not being from a farming background doesn't actually matter. I've now got a network of people I can ask the questions that I didn't know anything about.
I want to be and encourage others to be respectful farmers, from respecting our soils to opinions to consumers.
It's actually given me passion and really challenged me to think about what I can personally do from a global perspective for the greater good, whether that be for the greater good of agriculture or the greater good of the world.
Well, I think the value that I will bring to Brazil is commitment. Despite all the different ideas and opinions that we have here, everybody's committed to help each other and also to have a better future, better agriculture to the world.
For me, it's the value of true communication, which is probably listening for twice as long as you're talking.
For me, I feel like I've gained the confidence to question pretty much everything that I hear. There's two sides to every coin, and I think we all need to see every side of all the situations.
Okay, the thing I've got out of this week is the network, particularly the people who are different to me. I think the Nuffield 14 group are amazing, exceptional, talented people. Some of the most valuable conversations I've had this week have been with people I may never have met without this experience.
I think for me, what I've taken from Nuffield 2014 is the enthusiasm of everyone in the room here to go forward and continue in the agricultural industry.
I've gained energy from this week, and energy to go back and reassert myself both in individual effort and collective efforts. And the importance of individual effort that I've watched be made as I watched people connect with one another, seeking new information and seeking new friendships, and that's inspired me to do the same.
I think for me the key thing that I've taken away from this is that I have the ability to go away and make change, and I'm sure we all have that ability now. We can go back to where we come from and we can go and actually make positive change.
Through all the critical thinking exercises, I guess, just seeing such a diverse opinion that everyone has.
So much of the thinking is values driven in the room, and people have got a sense of the greater good, so I think there's great scope there for the leadership to go out and make a big difference.
For me, I came here thinking solely about my study topic, really. Well, I've spoken about that to probably 3 people, and the thoughts and the thoughts and the conversations I've had are beyond my wildest dreams. So I just want to thank you all, and I feel I've grown. So thank you.
I think that ambition takes many forms, and I can learn something from all of them, even if they're wrong.
The thing I'll take from it is how important it is to be open-minded to everything, and not just to help yourselves, but to maybe help others as well to take their businesses forward.
And I suppose the realisation that I'm the biggest limiter on how I see the future.
This is my 3rd CSC, and I agree with all the nice things everybody has said, but I'll be a bit different. I didn't know about the Robobank Future of Farming project that they did, and I thought it's very interesting.
I believe that you go like you go as a company that you keep, and that it's the brilliance in others that inspires the brilliance in oneself, and that has certainly happened for me this week.
Yep, I just think you're all awesome, and you're an inspiration, motivational to me, and I've really enjoyed the challenge as we've discussed things. It's been great.
I think everybody's great in the room, and it's the power and the passion that we take back from that to empower change when we get home will be one of the great things to take.
What I have learned is about water. Its availability, its scarcity, our dependency on it, and it's probably going to be the biggest strategic issue we face the next 30, 40 years. And it was quite a profound shock.
I've been blessed to have the acquaintance of literally thousands of US farmers, and now I have your acquaintance, and I can tell you that farmers around the world have a lot more in common than they have differences.
What I learned is that you can get knowledge from the others, but you also can give knowledge to the other, and everyone is concerned by this. Everyone has a knowledge to transmit to others. The best thing about Nuffield is just the people. Everybody I've spoken to has had something valuable to say. But the key learning I'll take back is the absolute fundamental importance of a planned and correct research policy to drive the industry forward in the years ahead.
I've learned that there's no such thing as a stupid question, and the only way we're going to learn and develop is by questioning ourselves and those around us.
For me, it's meeting so many interesting and talented people who have inspired me to go home and push myself.
The reminder that as one person I can affect change, and the inspiration to start doing it.
The value of surrounding yourself by good people.
I'm inspired by the knowledge and the diversity in the room, and I'm really privileged to be part of this Nuffield family with so much collective passion for ag, and I just know that we can go away and we can genuinely make some difference.
For me, the most valuable thing from this week has been something that we heard on the very first day, and that was the reminder to look at the man or the woman in the mirror.
I suppose I'm just beginning to realise the opportunity that this whole Nuffield experience is given to me, and the change it's going to make to me, and hopefully that I can make to the world for the benefit of everyone.
It takes an apple to the head to change my opinion sometimes. So I'm just grateful for the relationships I've made and will make, and continue to probably, make lots of mistakes thereafter. But it's been about dusting yourself off and getting up and going again. So it's you all inspire me, and I wish I'd be more like you.
Mine is the power of building and making friends throughout the week. The opportunities it creates around the world. It's inspired me, and I thank you very much.
For me, it's about this absolutely amazing group of people, and that just the environment it fosters where everybody's allowed to have an opinion, provided you're willing to have a challenge.
This has been the longest and shortest week of my life.
For me, it's just the feeling of privilege from becoming part of such a great group of people, so thanks.
We all heard the jargon before we signed up to this. The networking, the Nuffield family, advancement of agriculture, the influences of the future. I don't think I really truly believed it, but now I do.
But I learned this week, thanks to my good friend Bill O'Keefe, you are also the people that will hold me accountable. And when I forget to walk with a purpose, I'm going to get an Irish boot in my ass that reminds me that I have to. Because if we walk, talk, and act with a purpose, we are unstoppable.
I think mine's a bit like Jean. It's kind of confirmed to me that
absolutely anything is possible, and so my responsibility, it's this self-regulation thing, is to make sure that I am the best that I can be. So thank you.
I just want to say thank you for allowing me into the Nuffield family. It's a little bit of an outsider, so thank you. And I'm just reminded actually that humans are all the same.
This is my third CSC, a different bunch of people, starting the same, developing through a different system, and coming together to form another part of the Nuffield family.
This is my sixth and final CSC, and the conclusion at the end of it is no different from the first one, that Nuffield can attract 60 or so outstanding young people that can make a difference in agriculture.
Thanks everyone. So I just wanted to, Barry, did you want to say something?
I'm a mechanical engineer and I'm jealous as hell.